So you go online, sign up to a dating site or two, create a profile, and then you meet someone. But what you don't realize is that to that person, you are just profile number 4 of maybe 7. And even though they hit you up, profiles 5, 6, and 7 are still hitting them up and saying everything that they want to hear. And they may be taller, shorter, lighter, darker, and better proportion in other areas than you are. And profiles 1, 2, and 3 are still hitting them up. And so you, number 4, gets lost somewhere in between. But the person who hit you up and all the profiles that have hit them up, what they don't realize is that everybody's doing the same thing. So everybody's meeting, nobody's getting chosen, but everybody's having a lot of sex. Welcome to the Recycle Society on the Gaturks Show. Welcome to the Recycle Society, the place where everybody's looking for number 1, but can never find them. The Recycle Society is filled with people who are very connected on dating sites, but unconnected to how dating and true relationships should truly work. You ask for a picture and people would rather send you their back and their front before sending you their face. You go to a party and everybody know you by your profile name, and the man next to me can send me a picture of your back, your front, and your in-between. All the citizens of the Recycle Society wants a bae, but can't see far enough into the future to know ain't no future bae, wifey, or hubby checking for this type of reputation. If your reputation has to precede you, let it be anything but that. But that will call for you to have intuitive insight and self-awareness that your mate is waiting for you. When everybody can see it and you leave nothing to the imagination, or you leave the image that you're being ran through, you sort of become unspecial, uninteresting, common even. The people's toy. You eliminate yourself from being in the running for America's next top mate. Ask yourself, is this the image that you want your future family to see? Because once it's out there, it's out there. The quick connections provided by the internet creates a deception in the Recycle Society that all of its citizens will be able to find the perfect mate who matches all of their fantasies and illusions. So even with the perfect potential sitting right in front of them, they will be unable to see it because they are distracted by the hope that something better than even what's in front of them is just a swipe or profile away. They are obsessed with their unknowingly never-ending search for number 1 while unknowingly and knowingly recycling each other. In the Recycle Society, the citizens disregard each other's feelings, block them, lie, waste each other's time, all out deceive, use, abuse, ball up, and throw each other away. And it creates a syndrome of what's wrong with me environment. When in actuality, there is nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is the Recycle Society culture you are forced to date in. For instance, think about that homegirl or that buddy that you wish that you could look like. Think about all the online experiences that they always talk about, and yeah, they always seem like they have fun, and they always got somebody hanging on to their arm. But what you are really seeing is called hyper recycling. They are actually getting recycled faster than you are and stripped down to pure emotions. That's got to be devastating. They may have more money, better educated, a better body even, but they are in the same cycle of disgust and loneliness that you are in. So it's not you, it's the culture. Okay, so before the internet, you would go out to an event, you meet somebody, and it was you and them against the world. Because the outside influences and distractions were way less, and you could actually enjoy the moments and the time, and you could be present with that person. You could actually focus on developing a relationship that could actually end up being a marriage. Most people had an auto-respect and appreciation for relationships. So that meant that your friends who were usually also in relationships would support you during times of trouble and encourage you to get back together when there was a breakup or some issue between the two of you. But today, it seems like the friends are the new companions. You talk to them every day, you go to church together, you play games together, you're on the phone with them late at night. Friends are your new mates. Everything that you should be doing with your baby, you're doing with your friends. And the person that's supposed to be your mate is no more than a 3-month fling or a one-night stand of empty sex. Check out this clip from ADD Sketch featuring Melvin.
Good guys are potential lovers and not reliable friends.
Lonely bitches. Okay, so who wants to start off by recapping their week?
I went on a date with Tyler, and he's been in the friend zone since 2013.
Ooh.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We went to dinner, and then he pulled out tickets to the weekend. It was going fantastic, and then the weekend started singing, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. You know, it gets you in your feelings. And at that moment, I happened to look over at Tyler, and he was giving me those I love you eyes. I realized I needed closure with my ex, Jason.
Sasha, you're 42. Your Facebook profile says 35, but you're not fooling me. You're 42. You've been in this group for 10 years, and you have made absolutely no progress. But you know what you don't have?
What?
Time.
Hi,
I'm Lisa.
Hey, girl.
What's your story?
I decided to join the group because my guy friend of 7 years has decided that he wants to have BMTF talk.
I'm sorry, the what?
The be more than friends talk. It's so annoying.
Is he unemployed? Do we got bounce that booty breath? What's the problem?
No, he's a doctor, athletic build, and he smells amazing.
So what's the motherfucking problem?
I need more.
Does he have tattoos?
No, he does not. Oh my gosh, that is why I am so guarded.
Always kicking something.
Candy, who the hell are you texting?
Right now, I'm texting Anthony, Antoine, Brandon, Justin. Oh, the second Justin just hit me.
You see, when you have an ecosystem like this, it's set up to promote being single. And the culture of perpetuating being single and just having sex in the recycled society is strong. So doing my research, I had a chance to talk to a lot of online daters, and I discovered that the topic of empty sex kept coming up. They would say that when they would have random sex with strangers, it would leave them feeling like trash or an inanimate object even. And after the sex encounters, a lot of people talked about how they're getting used to not even getting a phone call, a follow-up call, which is customary even for a low standard place of business. And it is said that you should never ever try to have a normal relationship with an online dater. To someone who is not aware that they are a citizen of the recycled society, doing things that are relationship based is a problem. And is definitely not supported by them or their friends. Calling them on your lunch break, texting them to show normal affection, wanting to do more than Netflix and chill is a problem. You are in the way. I had a text message that was placed on Facebook that I want y'all to check out of a son responding to his dad about having kids. Check it out. It says, the pop said, "Son, I thought I would have some grandbabies by now." And the son said, "This is what I'm dealing with." So apparently he was out on a date with some chick and they were missing. So apparently he sent a text message out saying, "Where you at? It's past 7 and you haven't answered your phone. I'm sitting by the entrance to the right." And then that was at 7:07. At 7:26, he sent another text to the same person saying, "Can you please let me know what's going on? I've been sitting here for almost half an hour and I look stupid." And then at 7:43, the person finally responded saying, "Brian, to be honest, I'm not gonna show up. You're a funny, good-looking guy, but it's just weird that you open my car door for me and like hold doors open for me all the time like my hands are broke. Like, who does that? It's super weird. I just like the fact that you pay for everything really wherever we go. Plus, you work full time, which is super annoying." What y'all think? What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on here, y'all? But even if you don't get swerved for having normal relationship values, I've been told that for God's sake, never say anything about the distance that you receive from someone who is a part of the recycled society. Not if you want to continue dating them. It is said that the person you are dating who's a part of the recycled society will run back and tell their friends, and you will be labeled as clingy, crazy even, and accused of trying to change them. Real relationship values are not trendy and is not tolerated with people who are in the recycled society. It is often rewarded with you being ghosted, friend-zoned, curved, or even profiled. Even profiled. They will go and tell other people on the websites, keep them from talking to you or you from dating anybody else. Now, I've been asked to give a special disclaimer to friends, and it is meant with love. I'm going to read it. Single friends, please note you are not the new mate. Internet gaming every night, dinner, movies, Fire Stick Fridays, and Netflix nights are no longer acceptable. Your demands is now a distraction. Stop trying to get your involved friend to go on inappropriate dates with you. Single events, strip clubs and cafes, introducing them to new people, that's a no-no. Newsflash, you should not want to be single all of your life, and neither does your friend. So respect that they are trying to build a life and have a real family. Back up and be a friend, because you are truly one of the most important things. You were designed to be there from beginning to end to share life experiences. This asymmetric shift may seem sudden and even unfair, but it's really the circle of life telling you it's time for you to level up and couple up so you can continue sharing life experiences in a family capacity together with your friend. What you think? What you think? What you think? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. What? WT. What you think? Down below. The friends are not the new mate. The friends, you are not the new mate. In a survey I asked in a group online, how do you identify people caught up in the recycled society? And this is what I was told. I was told about 8 different things. So here we go. Number 1, they are willing to show you their body before their face. We talked about that. They will text you to death instead of calling. The basis of meeting is always contingent upon sex. That's number 3. Number 4, their communication is inconsistent via text or calling. Number 5, when they do meet you, they have a hard time appreciating or being in the moment. These are the folks on a lunch date that will have a difficult time dividing their time with you and their phone. Number 6, they come up missing and reemerge as if nothing has happened. Number 7, while dating others, they are unable to disconnect from their dating profiles. Number 8, in a relationship, they organically have no staying power. Searching future potentials online and unlimited sex has a much stronger pull than strengthening and building life with a life mate. They went on to say that the only way for you to avoid these issues is to have an equal attraction, which is said to be rare. Or if you find someone who happens to like you as much as or more than you like them. Now, growing up, I was always told that you fall in love with the person who is in love with you, which is game way ahead of its time, because in the recycled society, usually if you like someone more than they like you, there's a huge chance you will get finessed and recycled quick. So if you're not a citizen of the recycled society and you've been in the moment and present enough for someone to fall in love with you, then that's the one. That's the one for you. In another survey, people were asked to go onto their dating sites and log into different cities to ask the people in the different cities what the dating scene was like in their area. And overwhelmingly, everywhere, people kept responding back with non-existent. The other response was that people play a lot of games, and profiles descriptions started reflecting the disconnect. Started seeing profiles that stated stuff like, if you don't know how to communicate, don't hit me up, I have a low tolerance for BS, and I will block you. It just seems like nobody who was a part of the recycled society gets to be happy. It's temporary. Everything is temporary. And it makes me wonder, how would anybody want to be a part of a dating scene like this if it's so seemingly unhappy and corrupt? People in different states were asked if they had ever been in long-term relationships, and about 40% of them said no, and the rest said yes. And when asked how long were those long-term relationships, the majority of them said about 3 months. That means that people are starting to believe that 3 months is a long-term relationship. And then to take it even further, that means that people are recycling each other every 3 months. Now this has become the norm. This is the standard, the culture of the online dating community. Now the question becomes, how do you think this scenario is going to play out as this generation gets older? And I'll argue that this will be the first generation to die the loneliest. And to all of you who believe in relationship values still, be careful. Be careful. Because too much exposure to this type of terrible ecosystem can really rub off on you. It can be contagious. If you're not able to wake up and realize and recognize what's going on, then the rejection will make you bitter. You yourself will start to go on dates and not be in the moment and start taking perfect potentials and placing them in the friend zone. And worse, you'll start being befriended and surrounding yourself with like-minded, rejected individuals who are also a part of the recycled society, and you will call them friends, and before long, you will be a registered resident of the recycled society. Okay, so how do we fix this? Gaturks, save us. How do we fix this? And unfortunately, this is such a groupthink, cultural, embedded social disaster, but I do have a few solutions, so listen up, here we go. This is what I think. Everybody will have to wake up, really become self-aware, and pull themselves out of the matrix, aka the recycled society. Be in the moment, man. When you meet somebody, get your face out the phone, actually share, receive, be vulnerable, talk with them, get to know them. Get to actually developing relationships that are substantive. Kill the outside distractions. Stop entertaining past flings. Silence the DMs. And for the sake of the world, log out of your dating sites. Log out of them. Why are you still logged into a dating site when you're actually trying to spend time with someone else? The Bible says, to death do you part. Love has so many moments that happen in the long term, not in 3 months. So correct the definition of long term from months to years. You'll be so much better for it. Trend that as a challenge. God has your life mapped out from A to Z. Do not get stuck at D and P. Move on to the end of your story. And whatever you do, do not be the person who is bringing this trash into a potential home someone is trying to build with you. Now imagine if everybody did these things. This is Gaturks, y'all. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in to this episode of the Gaturks Show. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on your alerts, and comment down below. WUT, what you thinking? You know I want to know. Put it down below. Talk to y'all soon.